It's pretty calm out here, isn't it? Wait until you get inside. Welcome to Treyvaud's kitchen. Coming up today, we have got some fantastic recipes. We've got a beautiful lamb and fennel seed skewer. I think I'm pickling something as well. After that, we've got an old classic soup, one of my all-time favorites. It's a Mulligatawny curried soup, and I'm gonna show you how to make a beautiful goat's cheese scone to go along with it too. Then after that, we're gonna do, let's just call it a rice dish, okay? You'll see when we get to it, but trust me, once you see it, you're gonna wanna cook it. So first up is these beautiful lamb and fennel seed skewers. We got some beautiful minced lamb. You can use beef, you can use minced pork, you can use minced chicken, you can use your imagination, you can use whatever you want to do. But in this pan here, first of all, on just a kind of a medium heat, we'll get the process going. And I'm going to talk to you about kind of stuff that we're going on because I've got a whole load of stuff. I'm going to show you how simple it is to pickle a little bit of a salad or whatever to go with these skewers. So in we go with a few fennel seeds. It's important to know it's in a dry pan, no oil, no butter, none of that kind of stuff, because we want to kind of just toast them for a couple of seconds. And that's going to give me a few minutes to move on to the next part. So what we're doing here is I'm going to fry off a little bit of my shallots, a little bit of garlic. I'll add a little bit of butter and oil as well to it. I'm going to cool it down and we'll add it in to our lamb to really enhance the flavor of it. So let's go. So it's a small little dice that we go into it. Very simple. Look at that. Just cut down and then nice and as fine or as thinly as you can. But again, look at that, fantastic. I've got here maybe say about 400 or 500 grams of lamb. You know me and garlic now at this stage, I absolutely love it. Okay, so look at this now. You can hear them nice and toasty. And that's exactly what, if you really wanted, you go get a little pestle and mortar and ground it in, but I actually love the taste of the seeds like this. So we're gonna put in our shallots. Here a little bit of a sizzle, which is always good. And at this stage now, I'm just going to put in, you know I love this, a little knob of butter. And that's going to help soften the onions and the garlic. And we're going to just put in a little bit of our olive oil. Perfect. Now, turn the heat right down because we only just want that to soften. We don't want it to be burning away. Look at that. Stunning. I'm going to show you how to pickle. Real simple pickle. We'll start off with our kind of pickling liquor. So in here, I have a white balsamic vinegar. A white wine vinegar is just as good. But I don't want any color in it. But I want it to work its magic. So we're going to put in, I don't know, maybe about 3 or 4 tablespoons of that. Don't worry about it. That's not actually going to be coming onto the plate. We just want this to kind of cure our cucumber, our asparagus, and our fennel. So let's take the top of that and we'll, half a cucumber is loads. And we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of our sugar. That's just to kind of sweeten it up just a little bit. Perfect. Just mix it around like this so that the sugar dissolves. Difficulty level 0. Now, let's go. So straight down the middle of your cucumber. And we're going to get the spoon and we're just going to scoop out all the seeds, like so. Listen to your pots and pans talking to you, saying, we're almost done. Turn us off in a sec, so we will. I have a speed peeler here because I want this nice and fine. We're going to play around with the textures. We're going to have this very fine. We might have the fennel just slightly thicker. And I'm going to turn off our onions there now. That has done everything that I needed to do. And actually what I'll do is I'll swap it over because you want that to cool. If you want, stick it in the fridge for a few minutes. But by the time I get to it, that'll have cooled down nicely. When you're at home, do the whole lot. Straight into our pickling liquor. That looks fantastic. So, a little bit of a fennel. For this, we'll maybe just top and tail it a bit. Take off the bottom there. We'll cut down a little piece like this. That's perfect. Take out, there's a little bit of a root. Make sure we take that out because we want to get it nice and fine. And just literally pull that straight out. And now with your knife, I want you to just go in nice and fine. Mix it up into its pickling liquor. Top tip, great practice, keep one hand clean all the time. Because all of a sudden if the phone rings, you can answer it, okay? So, and that is the most basic and simple way to pickle something. Fantastic. Let's flip over our board, get this out of the way, clean up our knife, and we'll talk about the lamb. And in we go. Beautiful, fresh lamb. Go to your butchers. If you want, ask them to get a piece of lamb and watch them mince it there and then. That's how you get the best quality. That, throw her in. So it's a cheaper cut of meat. So we want to add in a lot of flavor because it can take a lot of flavor off it as well. So we're going to throw in lovely Cajun spices. We're going to throw in our onion mixture, hit it with a load of rock salt, pepper, and of course my favorite, dried herbs. Cajun seasoning, fantastic. Only a little bit of salt because we're going to season the skewers themselves so you get the real flavor out of them. Ground black pepper. Now, our onion mix, our fennel seed mix, that's all cooled down enough now so we can bang that in. Beautiful. And there's only one thing to do, get your hand stuck in and give it a really good mix. Our pickling salad, or whatever you want to call it, is working beautiful. And now we get out a few of our skewers. You make it into a kind of like a sausage shape first of all. Okay, and then just basically put the skewer straight onto it. Work it all the way up. That's it. One. While these are setting in the fridge, because I'm only going to cook off 3, I'll finish off the rest of the skewers. Now, so, skewers have chilled down, beautiful. Let's get the pan on. Start off only on a medium heat on this time, okay? And again, as I say, guys, good practice. Just clean up as we go along in the cooking while you've got a few minutes. Let's go in with my favorite knob of butter and a little bit of olive oil. So just season one side here. Good seasoning can make average ingredients taste amazing. Bad seasoning can make the best ingredients in the world taste like muck. Why butter and oil at the same time? Butter for flavor, oil for heat. Remember that, great little tip. So let's put her in there now. So let's put this in. And we want to bring it up nice and slow. Turn it season side, important, season side down, because we're going to season the other side of it. Look at that. And as that comes up to temperature, so what are we doing like that? It's bringing up a nice little crust. Perfect. So, season the second side. Lovely. And a little bit of our pepper. Now, give it a minute for it to take its little crust, then we flip it over and we're going to finish it in the oven. Absolute beautiful smell. And that's the fennel seed that's given it that absolute Fantastic smell. When you cook this at home, guys, you're gonna get the exact same thing. What are we looking for? Simple. Give it a little touch, okay? You don't want too much of a spring in it. That means it's not cooked, okay? So that is perfect. Here's our little pickle. Look at that. Absolute stunning. And it's all about colors. This is all about presentation. Look at that. You don't want the actual pickling liquor to come in with it. The flavor is in here already. So we're gonna put on a little bit more just to get a little bit of height. Oh, this looks absolutely amazing. Now, we didn't season that, remember? All we had in it was the vinegar and the sugar. So now we're gonna put in just a tiny little bit of salt. Beautiful. A little bit of natural yogurt, okay? This is our kind of our dipping sauce. And just go a little bit chefy. Don't too worried about it. Here's a tip. When you're putting something like this on the plate, always odd numbers. Apparently, the eye picks up on that much better. So we're gonna put in little 5 dollops or something like that. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah. Now, finish it off just on top. This is jarred mint sauce. Why? Because there's a guy somewhere in the world who makes this better than you and I ever will. So give him his moment of glory. A simple little mint sauce straight out of a jar. Mint and lamb, it's just an absolute classic. Look at that, a little bit of a dip. Oh yeah, this is really good. Looks fantastic. Now, get our skewers. So we're gonna stick one here. This is where it gets tricky, but we'll figure it out. Wouldn't it be hilarious if one fell off the skewer now? There we go. What a dish. What a cracking dish. I should actually do this stuff full time. Holy God, that looks amazing. Remember, finish. Always a little bit of green on top, just for that color, just to bring it out, just for that final step. Cover up the sticks. Now, look at that. If you got that at home, in any restaurant, you'd absolutely love it. Lamb skewers with some pickled stuff, bit of yogurt, and mint sauce. Gotta love soup because it's a great way to use up stuff that's pretty much either going off, coming to the end of it, and that's why it's a great kitchen favorite. So what are we making today? It's a classic Mulligatawny soup, which is basically root vegetable and curried soup. But I'm also gonna do a lovely goat's cheese scone to go along with it. So let's have a little look. I've got turnip here first of all, okay? Now, you mightn't be able to get your hands on that depending what part of the world you're in. So just replace it with any root vegetable, maybe a butternut squash, maybe a parsnip, anything you want. That's the beauty of soup. Let's get the heat on here while we're waiting. A little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil. This is really important for getting flavor into soup. We're gonna sweat off the vegetables, starting off without any stock or anything, because that releases the natural sweetness, the natural sugars in it, and it's simple little things that's the difference between an amazing soup and a kind of a, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't understand why we put flour into our soup, because when you think about it, if we put in less stock, it's going to be thicker. So especially nowadays, a lot of people have celiac issues and gluten issues, so we don't put in any flour. I say maybe a seafood chowder. That's about the only time I put flour into it. So peel our spud here. Maybe 2 carrots, we'll see how it goes. Nothing difficult. Nice and simple. That's exactly what we're looking for. I've got a little bit of spring onion, guys. Unless I had some garlic. Already, it's starting to smell nice, okay? So stir it all up, coat it with the oil and the butter. But what makes it mulligatawny is a mild curried spice. So that's exactly what I have. If you like it really spicy, throw in the hotter curry. But I have a nice little mild, so it's a nice kind of warm, smooth soup. And that's what you want on a cool evening, winter time. Now, give that a few minutes. Season, flaked rock salt. Again, this soup is for 6 to 8 people. So don't be saying that's too much salt. It's not. And a good few cracks of the black pepper. 15, 20, whatever you think yourself. One day they will invent smell-o-vision, but that smells absolutely stunning. So let's pour in our stock and we can forget about the soup for a while then. So I'm just going to use a vegetable stock this time. And be careful here, right? Because I said don't put any flour in, right? So we can add in a bit more stock afterwards if it's too thick, but we can't take it out. So bring it up to about just barely covering the veg. Now, how easy was that? That's pretty much the essence of the soup made. What we do is bring it up to a boil and then just let it simmer away until the veg is nice and tender, and then we're gonna blitz it all up. Scones. So basically what I'm using here now is a self-raising flour, okay? You can use a plain flour if you don't have any, and we're gonna do it all by eye. So it's about a kg bag. So I'm gonna throw in, I don't know, what's that, about half to 600 grams or so if you're really worried about. And I've got some margarine here, and that's just a standard kind of 8 ounces. So we'll put in about, I'd say maybe 3.5, 4 ounces. And you want it kind of nice and soft. We're gonna put that in. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna make kind of like the breadcrumbs, cream that in a little bit. And this should make about 6 scones or so, give or take. So just crumble the marge between the, look at the way I'm doing that, between the tips of your fingers until it's pretty much kind of all gone into it. But it doesn't matter if there's a little odd speck of the margarine still in it. So that's it, nicely kind of crumbed in. Our soup has come to the boil, so it's at this stage, drop the heat. That's gonna go simmer away nicely for about 15, 20 minutes. Here I have some beautiful goat's cheese, nice soft goat's cheese log, okay? And this literally, you're just gonna drop it in little bits and pieces around, okay? So it's gonna melt into the scone and it's just gonna give it a little burst of flavor. So just drop it all in. As I said, don't be too particular about it. It's whoever gets a piece, great. The last thing we're gonna pour in is our buttermilk, okay? Never mind measurements, just use your brain. It's the best computer in the world. So let's throw in our buttermilk. So we make a little bit of a well inside. And we'll play it by ear. We'll put in about maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 fluid ounces of it there. And just get your hand like a claw and just kind of bring it around the dough. Tiny little bit more of the buttermilk. Just a little bit. So play it by ear. You don't want it too sticky and you don't want any of the flour left on the bottom of it. So just basically making a dough. And now we're pretty much there with our scone. If you don't have a scone cutter, there you are. Now you have a scone cutter, use your hands. Into the oven for about 15, 20 minutes, 180 degrees. Absolutely perfect. You would have heard a little bit of fancy music, bubbly, bubbly scones going in and out of the oven. Here we are now. Our soup has come to the simmer. All the veg is nicely softened. Now we're going to pour in a little bit of cream just to rich it up a little bit. The reason why I wanted to do the soup for you guys is to show you just how simple it is to make a soup with bits of veg that might be going off or something like that. We can transform it into a fantastic dish. You hear that? Nice and hollow inside. Perfect, that's what we're looking for. It's a simple little dish. Now, here's my little bit of salt and my butter. Sit down, a little bit of comfort. They're so tasty. Beautiful, warming mulligatawny soup and a goat's cheese scone. now we're gonna show you a serious technical dish. Kind of a rice dish. It's really easy, and it took me so long to set up. It's getting a little bit dark outside, the night's coming in, but it's a perfect dish to do for a dinner party, for the family. It's gonna take a couple of minutes to prepare, well worth the effort. Now, so what I have here is chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs. We're gonna make like a kind of a marinade or something, or marinade, depending where you're from. So a little bit of sweet chili. As you can tell, I love my sweet chili. And a good bit of olive oil straight in. I have these beautiful smoked sausages as well. I got some dried oregano there. You know how much I love using dried herbs. I don't think we use them enough. This is perfect. And basically straight in with our chicken. Now, you remember we did the spatchcock chicken in another episode? This is also gonna take 45 minutes to cook exactly. And our rice is gonna take about 45 minutes from start to finish. And all mix it all up, massage it all away. Think of whatever it is you wanna think of. Look at that. You basically just wanna coat all the chicken, skin side, flesh side, with everything we've got in there. We want the skin facing up so that it gets nice and crispy in the oven. Try and get as much as the skin exposed as possible so it gets a lovely crispiness on it. How difficult was that? A couple of minutes. Quick wash of the hands, get rid of that tray, and we are flying. Here we go again with my rock salt. I'm gonna pop this on heat. I'm gonna pop this into the oven, 180 degrees, 45 minutes, 180 degrees, 45 minutes. Butter for flavor, oil for heat. Okay, so the oil stops the butter from burning. What shall we start? Look at this. Beautiful chorizo, and carrots. In we go into the pot. Full blast on the pan for a while. And we're just gonna give it a minute to saute off and start bringing out the natural oils from the chorizo as well and the natural sugars from the carrots. Given that a couple of minutes, we're releasing the sugar from the carrots, we're bringing out the paprika and the natural oils from the chorizo, and it's really important that we do that, okay? And you're gonna see why. It's what enhances the flavor. Trust me, technique, timing, seasoning, these are all points that are crucial. Now, what have we got here? I've got basically some long grain rice, just ordinary white rice, that's why it's not a paella, and we've got a little bit of diced courgette. That's gonna go in the same time, and the rice is gonna pick up all the oils and the flavors and everything. So in we go. Look at that, nice and simple. That's another dish down. Now, let's just give that an old stir in. And basically what we're looking to do here is just mix all the rice in so it picks up all the oils and the flavors. Look at this little bit of a crust that's coming onto the bottom of the pan, okay? That's what we're looking for. This gives the rice a little bit of a nuttiness flavor. Next, we're gonna throw in, I have some simple mushrooms, forest mushrooms, button mushrooms, a little bit of diced red onion, and also, you know I love my garlic, so there's about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic going into that, straight into the pan. And after that, we're gonna start seasoning and start adding in our stock. All we have is some chicken stock, some vegetable stock, any of that kind of stock. It's a stock cube, okay? That's what we're doing, nice and simple. So this will sizzle for a sec. Beautiful. So put in about maybe 200 mils there. And now, all you're gonna see me doing is, once the rice has absorbed the stock, I'm gonna put in a little bit more, I'm gonna do a little bit more stock, a little bit more stirring, some fancy music in the background that the director loves. And when you come back after about 20, 25 minutes, we're gonna be not far off the finished product. Stock is pretty much all absorbed into the rice. The flavor, the smell is absolutely amazing. Check it now, because once we add in everything else, you won't be able to re-season it. Okay, so check it now. Smell it, absolutely Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so damn good. Okay, so now, I talked to you about the prawns earlier on, some king prawns. We're gonna throw them in now. And the residual heat will pretty much finish them off. Now, stir them all in. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. And while we're waiting on the prawns to cook, that gives me a chance to take out the chicken and to take out the beautiful smoked pork sausages. So let's go get them. All about presentation. I keep telling you that all the time. You eat with your eye first. Oh, look at that. Look at the sizzle coming out. The juice. Let's cut straight through. Tell me you would not eat that. It's a kind of a rice dish. I don't care what you call it. I don't care how long it takes. Make it. Come back next week. We got loads more. What a way to end the show.